what would your message today be to those very same people that are coming up in similar situations?
You know, it's interesting because we're in a totally different world now than when we first came out. We have a song on our album called "The World Is Changing," and I know you're familiar with the record, right, Elinaj?
Absolutely.
And you know, it's interesting because even through my journey in this group, you know, people think that because they see you on TV and things of that nature that you got it made, you got this, you got that. No. You know, I've lived in the hood. I'm from the hood. You know, I talk to less fortunate people, you know, every day. And, you know, for me, it's been a struggle too. So what I tell people, you know, is my message would be to just stay true to yourself, keep striving, keep pressing on, because tomorrow, the blessing is that we're granted a new day. And when a new day is upon us, we have a chance to change our environment, our world, our personal world. And even me, through my struggles over the years, because it has not always been gravy, you know, it hasn't. So I've been on the flip side. I've been on the other side, just like what you're saying, you know. And it's interesting because I have to sometimes go outside of myself as an artist, as somebody who's been around the world and relate to people on that level even more every day, you know. And it's interesting because sometimes I don't know what to say. I just, you know, I just try to be who I am and give a smile or just do the best that I can. You know, even you being here asking me that question, it makes me think. It makes me go inside myself and say, you know what, that's a good question. What would I say? What would I say? And even meeting you, we know each other. So even meeting you, when you came to me and you said, you know, your group changed my life. You inspired me. You inspired me by saying that. Because sometimes I don't even know that as an individual, as a member of this group. I never knew me, a female, how to inspire a male, a black male, and the things that you said to me personally, that just touched my life. And it changed me. It changed me. It made me look at you in a whole other light. You know what I'm saying? And so it was a blessing. It was a blessing. And every day for me, you know, people like yourselves, y'all inspire me. Y'all just being in your presence, you're just honoring us the way you guys are. You know, it's a blessing for us. And, you know, constantly, again, like I said, staying true to yourself, you know, knowing that tomorrow's going to be a brighter day. You know what I mean? And finding that thing that God gives us all a gift, and to find it and take it and make it something. You know what I'm saying? Make it something. Because for you, this was always a dream to be able to interview us, to know that here you are in that moment. You know what I'm saying? And it's amazing how the universe works. You know, through us meeting somebody, you know, we met, well, a person, both of us know a mutual person, then we met, and then here you are. You know what I'm saying? And you consider yourself just a regular, everyday person, right?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a beautiful thing. So, you know, yeah, that's a lie. But yeah, I you know, it's interesting, you know. It's just an interesting thing, but being true to yourself, that'll get you far.
I want to add one of the things I see with the message is what I've seen, I mean, obviously not an original member, but the story of Arrested Development has always been one of the underdogs, you know, and seeing the way Speech and the group has fought since day one, you know, just knowing the history of the group and all the little situations that they've been in where the odds are stacked against them, totally stacked. And you were talking about just the, you know, the less fortunate and the message for them. And I think Arrested Development is a great example because obviously with black people, it's like from birth, the odds are stacked against them. You know, so it's like, and what Speech, you know, teaches and talks about in the songs is that you got to persevere, think for yourself, and that you can defy the odds. You know, I think that's the message, is to give people that hope and that vision that you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, it's hard through the fog and the haze and what you see around you, the way society is, but it could happen. It is possible. You know? So that's the message, I think.
Before you say it, that's what is my passion. To encourage people that, number one, from my standpoint, you only have now. And for real, any of us can die right now. When you die now. At any time, whatever it is, you're doing it now. So you can do the best thing now. You only have right now, and it grows into something. You heard the stories from the seed, then a tree comes. It doesn't come because you got a seed and it's a tree. So my thing is that we realize what we have now to encourage people that we have everything we need really right now. The decisions, as speech spoke of earlier, Tasha spoke of, that's the nurturing, pouring the water on it, making sure it grows right, and caring about your now. That becomes minutes and days and a week or whatever. And so to me, when people are encouraged to embrace exactly what they have and pay attention to it, because if you have a plethora of time, it's easy to get lost. But when you have now and you appreciate it and you nurture it, you get more out of it. No matter where you are, no matter if you're black or white or whatever, because where the economy is right now, we're all affected. So it doesn't, the color thing doesn't really matter. It's a distraction. So what you have now and you have yourself and the respect and love that you have for yourself, I think is what has to be nurtured. So you know what you want and how you deal with other selves. That's the things that I think we strive to give to the community in general, as a whole, the world. Because the rest of them is we're a socially conscious group, and we can get into the Afrocentric thing, but we're about the world. Like you said, he's a Christian minister. It's no color there. It's love. It's people. It's human beings, and we reflect that on different ages, different colors. Male, female. We cover that very well. And that's the thing that I'm hoping that's printed, that, it's truly, this is a village, this is a family, this is a community of different human beings, of different, male, female, white, black, that's what it's about. So when we impress our community with that we can come together regardless of color, the issues that divide us like that, and look at, hey, when I'm responsible for myself, let me start there, because all I have is myself. And let me be responsible right now for that self. And then we better can love and respect each other, because we started with ourselves. Don't love you, it's impossible to love somebody. I don't care, it's just not going to happen. And so no matter where we find ourselves, deal with that in reality. I think we'll have a good positive outcome. The chances anyway would be, like we would have a positive, income.
I agree with everything everybody said. My mom always said that you can't control where you're born, but you can control what you do after you're born. So where people is born is just like, as far as they're concerned, it's the drop of a hat. You have no control over it. You have no control over who your parents are. You have no control over if you was born in a hood or in some, Beverly Hills. The person that's born has no control over that. But from that point on, they have control over what they do. And I think that's important. Lyrically, we've always talked about life from the everyday people perspective, meaning power to the people. People, everyday people is where the true power is at. And the jewels aren't what we put on our body. You know what I'm saying? It's what we have in our spirit and in our mind. That's where the jewels still are. And in our lyrics we talk about that. We did a song called Miracles that talks about they have us cover our hearts with all these big plaques, but the heart is where the real jewel is. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like jewelry plaques. And then we talk about it in Revolution where, generations of people growing up in pure poverty, and what are we going to do about that? And we're talking about it from a worldwide perspective. We just went to South Africa for the second or third time 2 years ago. And the people, there's no such thing as poverty here comparatively. No such thing. $200 a year. I don't think there is a person in the United States that makes less than that. I really don't. Period.